In Vietnam, I was a ground pounder. I did not fly a helicopter. I started flying helicopters after I got out of the Army and got into the Oklahoma Army National Guard. And I flew for them for 20 years. The door gunner on the right side said he was receiving fire from the right side. So we didn't land, obviously, and we took off. And we went to the secondary LZ, and that was about another 15 minutes away. And we flew into that LZ, landed, got off the helicopter, and they left. And then we were on the ground for the next 15 minutes waiting to see if there's any contact. That mission lasted for 3 days, and after 3 days, we had accomplished what we were supposed to, and it was time to be extracted. As we moved to a landing zone, a pickup zone, we waited there for about 3 hours before the helicopters could get to us because they were tied up on another mission. As we were waiting for it, a North Vietnamese Army company, at least a company size, walked right past us down the road. We had one person on the road, and we were about 50 yards into the jungle on the other side of the LZ. He come running back, told us that there was at least a company-size element up there. So, with that information, we had to go back, take pictures, count, and see what exactly it was. And we did that. Meanwhile, the helicopters are coming, and we're not in the LZ. I was on the radio, and we told them what we were doing, that the helicopters needed to back off. And they said, well, they can't. They're at bingo on fuel. They have to extract you now or never. So we decided, okay, we'll move away from the road. And as we did, we moved fast. We were compromised. We were seen. And now we're in a firefight. And 6 men against 150. We made our way to the LZ, and when we were extracted, we have 2 Huey Slicks, which are the helicopter that hauls passengers. We had 2 gunships, which had the miniguns, machine guns, and rocket pods. The gunships came in, and we popped a smoke because we'd already been compromised. We popped a smoke, they picked up the red smoke, and they started a 360-degree circle of firing miniguns and rockets all around us. The helicopters couldn't come in because we were still receiving fire. But the gunships kept them down long enough for us to move to another LZ, which was about 100 yards further. And the ships was able to come in and pick us up. The gunships continued their runs until they expended all their ammo. The slicks landed, the one slick, and we got on board and got out. And that was when I thought, man, these helicopter guys, they are crazy. They've got to be crazy because they're coming into an LZ, a hot LZ, picking up people. And then the crazy gun pilots are just shooting up everything. So that was my first mission. And it would continue like that for the next 12 months. But I flew many missions. I was always impressed with the helicopter pilots, the air crews, and I always thought, you know, these guys, they're just amazing because they risk their life to pick us up out of the jungle floor. And it just amazed me how they work together and everything else. So when I come home after Vietnam, I went to flight school, and I flew for the Oklahoma Army National Guard for the next 20 years.